Hello there, welcome to Vlogmas, and it is day 19, so December the 19th, and we are doing the Christmas alphabet. And I had many guesses as to what you thought I would be talking about today for the letter S. So stay tuned to see if you're right. You could have had things such as Scrooge. We had lots of guesses for Scrooge, and I have talked about the original film of Scrooge with Alistair Sims was my Scrooge, who I watched. I saw that at the cinema when I was very little. You could have had Santa. You could have had snowmen. You could have had stockings. So we've had lots of different guesses, quite a lot of different words. Sausage meat I was talking about the other day, stuffing, so many Christmas words, sweets, all sorts of things. There were so many words to choose from. But did you guess what I'm talking about today? Well, I'm actually talking about two things, and nobody guessed the two things that I'm going to talk about today. Some people were close, but you didn't get it right. So what are we going to talk about today? Well, let's reveal the first thing that I'm going to talk about today. So here's a little clip to give you a further clue. Now, that was St. Nicholas, not Santa Claus or many other versions of the name of Father Christmas. Now, different countries have different days that they celebrate their version of Santa Claus. And St. Nicholas, that is my chosen word, St. Nicholas, and that is celebrated on December the 6th. St. Nicholas was Greek and is a patron saint of Greece. And he's also the patron saint of children, sailors, merchants, and brewers. And in honour of him is why boats are decorated in many countries in December. St. Nicholas was inspired by his parents to get involved in sorry, I've just gone a bit funny charity, to get involved in charity. I was trying to think then. So his parents inspired him to get involved in charity. He saved 3 men falsely accused that were going to be beheaded. He was a bishop of Myra in the 4th century, and his traditional robes were red and white. So that's how we get Santa Claus or Father Christmas. He was known for his generosity and kindness to children, and he gave presents to good children to encourage them to be kind and to be helpful. It led to the belief that a lump of coal would be given instead of a present if naughty or unkind, giving the message of the power of redemption, coal being linked to discipline. It also embodies the concept of second chances. Santa's generosity manifests in the idea that even those that have strayed from the path can find their way back to the light, echoing forgiveness that the holiday season represents. So that's the first thing I'm doing today. And I've said before, on top of my Christmas tree, when I did a Victorian and an Edwardian Christmas tree in my Edwardian house and my Victorian house, I had a St. Nicholas on the top, but now he stands on my mantelpiece. Let's see what the second thing was I decided to talk about today for the letter S, to see if you were right in your guesses. And here's a little clip for that little clue. So that was easy, wasn't it? The second thing, nobody guessed it right, was snow. We had snowmen and sledges and sleigh rides, skiing. As I say, there were so many S-word guesses. So I thought I would talk about facts about snow. I thought that would be a little bit different today. So I've made a list of facts. Number 1. Snow is not white. It is actually translucent. The light reflecting off it makes it appear white, with the many sides of the snowflake scattering light in many directions, diffusing the entire colour spectrum. Fact 2 of snow. All are different shapes dependent on the air temperature around them. Fact 3. Long, thin, needle-like ice crystals form at around -2 degrees C, which is 28 Fahrenheit, whilst a lower temperature of -5 degrees C, 23 degrees Fahrenheit, will make a flat plate-like crystal. Other temperatures, as a flake falls, determines the different shapes of the 6 arms or structure of that crystal. Snow fact 4. Freshly fallen snow absorbs sound waves, giving everything a quieter ambience after a snow flurry. But if the snow then melts and refreezes, the ice can reflect sound waves, making sound travel further and clearer. Snow fact 5. Researchers at the University of Glasgow claim the Scot language, I can't read today. Let's start again. Researchers at the University of Glasgow claim the Scot language has 421 terms related to snow, including skelf, which means a large snowflake, splitters, which are small drops of driving snow, and unbrack, which means the beginning of a thaw. Snow fact 6. Snowfalls must meet strict guidelines before being called a blizzard. Visibility must be below 200 metres, whilst wind has to reach speeds of around 48 kilometres, which is about 30 miles per hour. Snow fact 7. During the summer in the north of Mars, there can be violent snowstorms. And finally, snow fact 8. Too much snow can cause a human to suffer from piblocto, which means Arctic hysteria, a disorder affecting the Inuit people living within the Arctic Circle. Symptoms include meaningless verbal repetition, or performing irrational or dangerous acts, followed by an amnesia of the event. So there were some fun facts there for you. So they were my 2 words today, was St. Nicholas, rather than any other terms of Santa Claus, and snow. And nobody got those, but there were so many other answers. So I'm going to be back tomorrow. What is it tomorrow? Saturday. So no set time tomorrow. I don't know what time I'll be available to do it. So if you think you might have missed it, just check my lives and you can see then. So until tomorrow, as always, Meraki.